This topic about Chris Brown and him being a colorist, it's like, how many times do you have to touch that flame to realize that it's hot? How many times have they talked about this? Time and time again. They talked about it in LA. Tokyo Vanity talked about it. You know, the girls from the last concert talked about it. And now here you are. And at this point, you know, it just becomes, oh, you felt like you was that one of one. You know what I'm saying? At this point, when y'all keep buying them concert tickets and getting the same reaction, it's like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me again. You can't get fooled again. At this point, that's just your ego that told you, hey, I'm not like the rest of those girls. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like the rest of them. He's not going to do me like that because I look better, or I feel like I look better than all of the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm that one of one. I'm Olandria, you know, into a sea of nobodies, basically.
Chris Brown is once again in the headline, and this time it's not even about his music. A dark-skinned black woman recently called him out on TikTok for his colorism after she was visibly being denied of VIP access at his concert while light-skinned women were let through right in front of her. And now, Chris Brown is throwing a tantrum on Instagram. He is calling a video rage bait and saying that he is leaving the app. There are a lot of people who are jumping into this conversation, talking about how this isn't new. So many people have already accused him of being a colorist. Like, this is not the very first time that they are hearing about that. And it's mind-boggling to some women as to why dark-skinned women are still spending their money to go see this man. But the part that is very interesting to me about all of this conversation are the women who are still in support, saying that it is okay for Chris Brown to have a preference. Preference in what settings? They paid. They wanted to go see him. They are his fans, but they are talking about preference. I am so shocked that some women are seeing that as preference instead of seeing it for what it is, discrimination. It is sparking a lot of conversation that I want you guys to see before we come back and talk about it.
So Chris Brown deactivated his Instagram because he's being called out for being a colorist, and that's good. He's being called out. But understand this, it's no different from when a racist white man does it to when a person in our black community does it. Like, literally, you're over here talking about how you don't like this, you don't like that, but you're a woman beater. Like, we haven't forgot. So for you to come out and be the exact same, don't change, you don't want to take accountability, explains a lot. And that's why we don't need to buy no more fucking Chris Brown tickets. Stop doing it. Stop supporting motherfuckers that you know that is a bad person. Like, there is no excuse. If it was you, right, you was put in that situation to feel like racism, to feel like colorism, how would you feel? I genuinely want to know, because people will make excuses for this behavior until it's them. Until you're in the store and somebody assumes that you're stealing because of your skin color. Until you're trying to figure out some shit and you need somebody's help and nobody wants to help you because of your skin color. Or this is a good one. Until you're somebody like Trayvon Martin or Martin Luther King, or what's that other dude name that was in 2020? George Floyd. Yeah, it's the same situations. Colorism and racism is a lot alike. Don't you realize that? But because it's not you, you want to make excuses for it. Oh, he has a preference. Yeah. And then when he kicks you out of a fucking section because you paid a goddamn ticket because your skin color, yeah, then you gonna feel some type of way.
Oh, poor baby. Doesn't like to face his actions, so he got mad and left Instagram. I'm gonna take a break from social media. Y'all done pissed me off long enough. Okay. All right, and somebody said, this is truly heartbreaking to wake up to. Chris, I love you and I'm praying for you. Social media is so toxic. Not as toxic as him. This man has a past. Domestic violence. Okay? Domestic violences. And he has a slew of homophobic comments that he's made in the past few years. Am I missing something here? I'm not even going to touch on the fact that he has proven to y'all that he's a colorist numerous times. So we ain't even gonna talk about that. Outside of that, the man is homophobic. Okay? He has a past and a history of domestic violence. Everybody else has gotten canceled for that. Okay? You see where I'm going with this? Take your ball and go home, Chris. Nobody cares. You're mad. You want to be, aw. Stop treating your fans like shit who pay Boogle's amount of money to come to your show. And what makes it so bad is that there's so many dark-skinned women who will still jump in my comments and defend him. Y'all are the same women who get the fuck beat out of you and turn right around and say, don't talk about my man. That's my man. Keep my man name out your mouth. Because you don't know. You don't know no better. I'm going to need y'all to know better. Y'all.
So before Chris Brown threw a tantrum and deactivated all of his social media, he posted this: "Miss me with the colorist rage baiting." So this is, I guess, what you would say is his side of the story. Everybody's not lying on you. I don't care how many people in the comments say, well, maybe it was this, maybe it was that. Everybody's not lying. I've been hearing these stories since I was in college. I went to college in Miami. This is where a lot of celebrities come, pop up at clubs and stuff. I have been hearing this since I was in college. Not to mention, I made a video about one girl's video. Then my best friend sent me somebody else's video saying the same thing, that she pulled up and security would not let her and her friends in. No. And to me, his post saying, you know, I'm getting off social media, y'all are getting on my nerves, y'all are annoying. You didn't, in my opinion, deny anything. You're just mad that people are calling you out. Period, point blank. You didn't let them women come in there because they were dark skinned, or your security didn't let them in because they know your type. And so they said, nah, y'all can't come in. We know what he likes. And that's just it. And my thing is, if you want to have your preference, that's cool. But as a celebrity, when you know you have a very diverse fan base, you should treat everybody with respect, whether you're attracted to them or not. That's the thing. You don't have to, you know, not treat somebody well because you're not physically attracted to them. But I know that Chris Brown has this huge fan base that will turn a blind eye to all of his faults. So y'all want to support him? Be my guest. I'm going to shut up talking about it because we know he likes to use women as punching bags. And, you know, if he'll beat up the preference, allegedly, what you think he's going to do to a darkie?
Just real quick, colorism is not a preference. I wish that y'all would stop saying that. It's really ignorant. Colorism is based in racism. It's not about a preference. And this is how I'll explain that. The Chris Brown situation. Chris Brown can date whoever he wants to date, but who you want to date has nothing to do with your fans wanting to party with you. So as a woman, if a woman gets on here one more time talking about how I like dark-skinned men, okay, so have you ever been to a party? Have you ever had a get-together and there's an option of men there that you may want to date? Are you going to tell the light-skinned men that they can't come in because you only want dark-skinned men? Never in the land of niggerdom have I ever heard of a woman telling men that they can't come into a party because they're light-skinned. It's not a preference. It's colorism. And y'all can date whoever you want to date. But when it comes to who we're inviting into a club setting, when it comes to what fans we're actually going to engage with, we're only going to engage with fans that we have the prospect to fuck. That's the issue right there. But, you know, then that would require women to not be so fucking thirsty. So, girl, again, colorism is not a preference. Y'all be safe out there.
It's hilarious to me that people call Chris Brown a colorist. They mad because he has a preference. I have a preference too. I like brown-skinned dudes. I like dudes that's my shade or darker. That's my preference. I have a preference. I have a preference that the dude I date have to be at least 5'8". You don't have to be 6 foot. You have to be at least 5'8". So if I put on some heels, I don't look like your mother. Okay? We're not the same height. All right? Like, at least an inch on me with heels on. Okay? We all have preferences. You have people that their preferences is not their race. We all have preferences. So how are y'all mad and calling Chris Brown a colorist because he has a preference? Like y'all don't. Aren't we watching the same Pop the Balloon? You ain't tall enough. And I don't like your shoes. And your goatee crooked. And who still wear braids. And you too broke. And you gotta cash me out. And I want $600 cap. You got a type too. But how you mad about that grown man and what he doing? He don't want you? Oh, you just mad because he don't want you. Got it. Leave that man alone.
Chris Brown is a colorist. Whoop-de-doo. We been new. Why y'all keep giving me your money? Why are you, as a dark-skinned black woman, going to a Chris Brown concert? He's a colorist and he beats women, allegedly. But he has a 15-year history of violence towards men and women. Multiple cases against him, both domestic and abroad, for beating people, sometimes with bottles. And on top of that, he's a colorist. And you carried yourself to his concerts. And you come to the internet to come and tell us, oh my God, Chris Brown's a colorist. You knew. We all know. Stop paying colorists.
Let's unpack this whole situation. According to the lady who came to report the entire thing, she and her friends had tickets to this concert, and someone she knew had told her that they would be able to get them a VIP ticket. But when she approached the manager, she was turned away. And at that same time as well, light-skinned, mixed-skins, Blasians, according to her, were being handed wristbands and ushered in. Now, if this was an isolated story, maybe it could be chalked up to misunderstanding. But it is not isolated. This is a pattern, and people online are quick to call it out. For some time now, Chris Brown has been accused to always favor light-skinned women, not just in his dating life, but in the way that he curates his access and visibility. From club selection to his music video cast, it has always show a lot of people that there is a clear trend here. And let's be real, this is not about preference. Like I said, that is the part that got me, thinking are these people actually for real? Preference. These are people going there, paying their hard-earned money, and they are calling that preference. I do not see or view this as preference. I am seeing this as exclusion. Because let's make something very clear. When I check the internet, it says a preference is who you are romantically or physically connected to. While colorism is when your preference actively excludes, disrespects, or devalues others based on the shade of their skin, especially when that preference aligns with colonial beauty standard. So I am so surprised that a lot of women are siding with this man being a colorist and saying it's okay to have a preference. I have a preference as well. This is not preference. This is pure exclusion and discrimination. Because these women are going there to enjoy themselves. They are not going there to ask Chris Brown's hand in marriage. They are not going there for a proposal. They are not even trying to date him. They paid for a concert ticket and wanted to enjoy themselves. Being denied access to the VIP section because you do not fit into someone's internalized beauty standards is not about, preference, is not about attraction at all. It is a pure discrimination. And I feel like people need to start calling these things for what it is, because now he's, throwing a tantrum saying that girl, whatever it is that she is saying is rage bait, saying I'm going to be leaving this now. I'm going to be leaving this now. Instead of facing and addressing the situation for what it is. So now he is playing the victim and, announcing his dramatic exit on Instagram. It's actually very funny. He literally acted as if he's the one being wrong here, and it is giving deflection. It is giving guilt. It is giving, I got called out once again and I do not know what to do or how to handle that. So I am just going to back off. The conversation is not just about Chris Brown. It is about the broader issue of how colorism shows up in our communities. How colorism hides behind words like preference, just like some women are calling it right now. How it deeply affects dark-skinned women in real ways. From dating to media representation to something as getting a VIP ticket for a concert. Because if you are more upset about being called a colorist than you are about being one, that says a lot. I see a lot of women, like I said, talking about, he has a preference. At this point, I feel like people need to stop defending celebrities who continue to harm and exclude women who look like the very community that built them. Top of that, it is time that we stop confusing preference for prejudice, because it's not even making any sense. The people calling it preference are the people who are pissing me off the most, because that is literally not preference. That is not a preference whatsoever. That is discrimination. That is exclusion. That is prejudice. Call it exactly what it is. Let me hear what you guys think about, these people saying it is preference, because I really want to hear what you guys think. I feel like I see so many people calling it, saying that it is preference. So I want to really hear what you guys think about that in the comment section. Share your thoughts down below. I am going to be there engaging as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you guys in the next one.